We finally made it. Spider-Man No Way Home has been released, and I have seen it. So, let's go ahead and get into it. Spider-Man No Way Home was released this past weekend, December 16th, 2021. Once again directed by John Watts, starring Tom Holland, Zendaya, Jacob Batalon, a lot of other cast members we will definitely get to. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Starting off with the good, this is going to be a spoiler-free review. You don't have to worry, there are no spoilers in this movie. I'm not going to give away any of the big plot developments or really anything. I'm just going to talk about what I liked and didn't like and give you my score. I will not have a spoiler talk out. Everyone does spoiler talks these days, so I'm not going to do it. But alright, starting out with the good. Tom Holland is at his absolute best as the character of Spider-Man in this movie. I really liked him in Civil War. I really liked him in Homecoming. He was a little weaker in Infinity War, Endgame, and Far From Home, but he is completely rebounded in this movie back to his former Civil War glory, and I absolutely loved his performance. It's easily the best he's ever been as the character. Obviously, he's awkward, he's nerdy, but they put this character through the ringer in this movie. They beat him down, and it is just absolutely amazing. The emotion that comes out of Tom Holland's performance in this movie, it's absolutely terrific. Zendaya in this movie as MJ, she is absolutely amazing as well. I loved her chemistry with Tom Holland. She's at her best again as her character in these movies. Loved it. Jacob Batalon as Ned, still absolutely hilarious and also just really great character. I really liked his interactions with all the different characters that came out in this movie, his reactions to a lot of the things that happen within the plot, and he's actually got quite a bit of good character development. Doctor Strange is in this movie, once again played by Benedict Cumberbatch, and he does a terrific job. He's not in it a whole bunch, but he still does a really good job for the time he's given, the screen time he's given. I really liked his whole sourpuss attitude that towards every major development in the movie, and yeah, he did really good. Now, a big shocker for me, Marisa Tomei as Aunt May. I was not a big fan of her in Homecoming. She wasn't really in Far From Home that much, but I thought she did a really good job in this movie. Still could be a little older, but she did an amazing job as the character, and how they handled her, it's really great. I really liked it. Now, on to the villains. There are 5 villains in this movie. I'm gonna just go one at a time with them. First of all, Lizard comes back, played by Rhys Ifans, and he's way better in this movie. He's not generic. He doesn't have some dumb plot to turn the city into lizards. I really enjoyed him. He's not in it a whole bunch. He's more of a sideline villain, much like the next one I'm going to mention. But he does good. I liked his few little action scenes within the movie. I thought it was fun. Moving on to the next villain, Sandman, Thomas Hayden Church comes back. And by the way, none of this is spoilers. This was already confirmed prior to the second trailer coming out, so don't come at me with that. But either way, Sandman in this movie, once again played by Thomas Hayden Church, is absolutely amazing. Again, another sideline villain, doesn't really have much to do, but I liked his character development throughout the movie. Not as good as how he was in Spider-Man 3, but I still really liked it. And I like the ending for his character in this movie. Now we get into the 3 main villains of this movie. First of all, Doc Ock, played once again by the absolutely incredible Alfred Molina. and he does an absolutely terrific job in the role. Once again, I was so glad they brought him back. It was just so nice to see him again after so many years of just not having him as Doc Ock. It was just amazing. Electro in this movie is so much better than in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I'm so glad they brought Jamie Foxx back to give him another chance as the character with a better script and a way better design. Yes, he has an arc reactor, but I kind of like that look. He's just amazing. Jamie Foxx is a world-class actor, and this movie really proves it. His arc within the movie, also really good. I really like Jamie Foxx's performance. He's more of a Jamie Foxx role in this movie, which I really like because, again, Jamie Foxx is an amazing actor, and I'm glad that they brought him back to give him another chance. However, the main villain in this movie, Willem Dafoe as the Green Goblin, he returns along with every other returning villain. He is great in this movie. He's scary, he's mean, he's vicious. This is probably one of the best performances Willem Dafoe has given in recent years. He's absolutely terrifying as the Green Goblin in this movie. He's not, hamming it up like in the original Spider-Man movie, which I love. I really loved his performance in that movie, don't get me wrong. But I feel like this movie brings a whole new arc to the character, and it's terrifying. I really liked his action scenes, his performance, his new look that we get in the movie. He does have the classic suit from the first movie for a little bit, and then he gets a redesign later on in the movie, which also is not a spoiler. It's in the trailers, so shut up. And you can't go without talking about performances without mentioning J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson. Again, does an absolutely terrific job. I really loved him. He comes off the cusp of his mid-credit performance in Far From Home, and he's absolutely hilarious. He's a lot more mean to Spider-Man in this one than he was in the Raimi trilogy, but either way, does an absolutely amazing job. No one else could play J. Jonah Jameson like he does. And speaking of credit scenes, both the credit scenes in this movie, absolutely amazing. Definitely stay for them, especially the second one. The first one's really good, don't get me wrong, but the second one is absolutely terrific. Please do not leave when the credits start rolling. You want to see both of these. And getting off the subject of performances and credit scenes, the score in this movie is absolutely amazing. Really loved it. There are so many scenes in this movie that were just complete geek out moments for me. I was laughing, I was crying, I was cheering, I was clapping. This was just such an amazing theater experience for me. When I was a kid, my dad was in the military. We moved a lot, and I didn't really have any friends when I was a kid. It was more of a stay-at-home type situation. We went out a lot as a family, but it was just, I didn't really have much friends my age, other than like 2 or 3 people who were mainly just family friends. But I grew up watching the very first Spider-Man movie from 2002. It was my absolute favorite movie of all time as a child, and it's still one of my all-time favorites. And just seeing so many things in this movie from the first movie and the second movie, it's like I was a kid again. I was that young child, just sitting there in front of the TV screen, watching the original 2 Sam Raimi films, and it just brought back so many great memories, just growing up with those 2 movies, the third one later on down the line, but still, it was emotional for me, and I absolutely loved it. And the action sequences in this movie, absolutely amazing, especially the final fight at the Statue of Liberty. You see a little bit of it in the second trailer for this movie. It's really, really great. I loved it. I really just love this movie. It might be the nostalgia talking. I don't know how this is going to age for me in 2, 3, 4 years, but as of right now, this is just an all-around amazing movie, and I just absolutely love it. And let's move on to stuff I did not like. And I fooled you. There is nothing I don't like in this movie. I just love everything about this movie. So moving on to final thoughts. Spider-Man No Way Home is everything I wanted in a modern day Spider-Man movie. If I can't have the Raimi trilogy or the continuation to that trilogy, I will happily take this movie and Homecoming and parts of Far From Home, but mainly this movie. And I will gladly accept it because this is such an amazing movie. Please go out and see it. It's terrific, it's emotional, it's badass. Spider-Man No Way Home is just an amazing movie, and I can't sing this movie's praises enough, and it easily gets a 10 out of 10. So that was my thoughts on Spider-Man No Way Home. Have you seen it? What did you think about it? Let me know down in the comments. Please do not post spoilers in the comments. That's a real dick move, and you will probably be banned from my channel, or at least from commenting. Either way, I'd love to hear from you down in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share this video, and I will see you all next week. I might do a review series for the Matrix movies. I'm not sure yet. I am very busy. Getting closer to Christmas, it's just become way more hectic. Either way, I will see you all next week with new content.